hours, I'm going to be heading over the Atlantic Ocean. A transatlantic flight to London, England, where I will make my debut. Ba-boom! Debut. I don't know. I'm making my debut speaking engagement as an international consultant in London, England, in front of some of the world's top mediators. And I'm going to bring you all along in this journey. Really excited about this, and hopefully I can share with you some of the things that we will be seeing, talking about, learning, and also kind of how I go about prepping for a big talk. It's so I do this quite a bit, right? I talk in front of groups, I work with groups. I'm trying to help them get better. They're already good groups, right? I'm trying to show them, though, the science and psychology of how to operate at a higher performance, how to inspire productivity, how to instill a positive culture, and do it all together, not just one or the other. So I'm going to show you how I go about putting that together, and I think you'll see some interesting stuff along the way. All right, so we've made it to the airport. This is my crew.
Hi. Hi. I'm proud, okay? But the good thing is I'm very good at security.
The good thing is that he made it out of security. Really?
That's why I'm right here.
It's going to be a long trip. So here it is. It is 9 o'clock at night, East Coast time. The 5 of us are on board, ready to take this 8-hour flight. Let that sink in. 8-hour flight through the night. Now, do you think any of these kids slept a wink? Not a chance. Now, I got to do a little bit of prep. We'll talk about that in just a bit here. But it's a flight through the night into the day. These kids are geared up, ready to go. And by the way, if you want to know what it's like to fly into England, here's a good picture. It's cold, it's wet, but we're finally here. Obviously, there's a lot to see. In fact, sometimes there's so much to see that there are some things you don't want to see. Don't get hit. Should they get hit? All right, so we're about 36 hours out from the speech. Been walking around beautiful London. It is great here. Incredible. I mean, look at some of these views. This is just in the middle of the city. As we were flying over last night, had a few thoughts, just a few fleeting thoughts about the talk. I've given this talk, or at least the idea of it, a few times before. Got some geese, some black swans back there. Black swans, rare birds, kind of like myself, kind of like you, I imagine, right? So at least what we're trying to do, right? Be rare enough that people see value and they want you to come and talk. They want your information. They want the way that you present the information. So on the flight over here, I did some brainstorming, but there were some ideas that popped into my brain that I wanted to jot down, make sure that I remember those points. And that's the thing, sometimes you'll have your best ideas in the shower, jogging, at the gym, driving, on a plane for 7 hours. Write those ideas down. Don't bank on the fact that you'll just remember it. Write those thoughts down. Other than that, I know I'm going to knock this out of the park. As we get closer to the event, some of that confidence will start to fade. But for all of you out there that are preparing speeches, remember that you probably have a track record of going into big speeches, knocking it out of the park, and then moving on to the next event. You did it then, you'll do it again this time. So for now, we just keep enjoying London until we start making a little bit more of an effort to prep for the session. All right.